Welcome to Sunday evening coffee. I had little fireworks, but I do not recommend them for indoor. But I'd be going, woo! The Kickstarter has just finished. Hooray! I was going to do it a bit earlier so you could see the countdown, but then you don't want to see me just going, come on, come on. There's a fear that everyone will suddenly unback with like a minute left or something. And you didn't. Yes. So yes, we are getting a ghoul eating pig. Yes. Thank you. This is amazing. Yeah. Audio visual confirmed. Excellent. All good. I am both shattered and excited. I have lots of cool stuff to talk about that isn't just ghouls as well. So there's a lot coming. I've got notes there. I've got some cool stuff to show off. I'll obviously talk about Kickstarter first because that's just finished. We've got Kickstarter, Partizan, Dave's typing. We found out that Dave's actually applied for a job, so we'll hear about that. I've got a bit of weaponry to show you that I acquired today, which I showed many people today, to be fair. Successful head transplant, my little haul from the show, lots of things. Oh yeah, and that as well, the thing I just looked at. I'll stop moving about because I'm a bit wired now, although tired and wired. So thank you. The Kickstarter has ended. It has now ended. It's over. I'm free. I'm free from bounds. You're free from the endless spam. And we finished at. I'm not in a library by mistake. This is my living room. I'm normally on the floor. This is some of it. Most of these books are women in history books. The odd one isn't. But this is some of them. That's Sydney Roundwood, of course. He always looks down upon us all. But this is a bit of it. I did have it all together, but now it's sort of split up because I got too many. So the rest's over there. But I like having them here because I can lean back and be like, oh, lovely books. So yeah, the Kickstarter, it's finished on. What did it finish on just now? 8 o'clock, 7,169. I was a bit concerned. Because at the very start it was Ace, and they've been getting more dead in the middle because it normally gets quiet in the middle. It was dead. And I was like, come on, poking it with a stick, going, come on, I've got stuff I want to, come on. And then it still had a little surge. And then last night I was worried that I jinxed it. So I posted that we were just one away from 140 people because I really wanted to unlock the emerging skeleton. And yeah, and then quite a few people unbacked last night. And then today in the morning I was getting a few more backers, but more people were dropping out. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? But I've been very heavily spamming around Newark today, which I will also talk to you about. If you were at Partizan in Newark, you will know this. You may not have always. I've been guerrilla marketing again, which is my specialty, really. But then I was worried that I was annoying people. But the last hour, it's just been like, whew. So I was helping some people pack up at the trade show whilst also feeling rude because I was like, just going to check the old phone again. And then I thought, oh, it is happening. So we did everything that I wanted it to do, which is amazing, especially because I wasn't sure. I don't know, I'm just in the habit of refreshing it now. Refresh. So I wanted 140 backers because that unlocked the emerging skeleton. And I wanted £7,000 because that what did that unlock? Oh, that unlocked the guinea pig eating a ghoul's head. I did do a piece of concept. So yeah, this hasn't been sculpted yet because it's because it was I really wasn't sure if we were going to do it, and so many Kickstarters, they've got it all planned out, haven't they? Because they're like, well, we'll do this. I'm like, I really don't know, especially with ghouls. Where did I put that? Hang on a sec. One moment. I did put it on Twitter. And I put it on my Instagram. There's all these apps now, isn't there? Oh, bit. There we are. I'll just pause it. Pauses it, doesn't it? So there. That pauses it. So I did this. It is an animated GIF, but that's kind of what it'll look like. That's the concept with GIF. So that was the Instagram story earlier. When I let go, it'll move again. Oh no, it didn't. It's rubbish. But anyway, it's only going to be a little thing. but it'll be free if you're in fresh schools or above. Just a little thing you could use as a token or something. But Paul hasn't started yet, but I might be getting it to be eaten, pulling an eye out or something like that. So I'll chat to Paul about it tomorrow. So, oh, you could have a pig eating a ghoul head that is eating a pig head. No, this means the pigs have won because I promised. So that's £7,000. The pigs win. They get their own back. They get revenge. They get sweet revenge. So that's all good. And obviously it sounds a bit silly, but because it is I'm a little one Annie company. The better things like the Kickstarter does, the better it does for me because and it helps me pay all my vet bills for little Karen. So maybe the pigs have won. So yeah, this is awesome. Really happy how it ended up. And I've had a lot of fun. And it's been a nice change. It's like when I did Tree Pen last year. It's just something a little bit different. I love ghouls, as you may have known, may have heard on the grapevine. And I might talk a bit more about. I want to talk about Partizan trade show that I've just come back from as well. So yes, thank you if you've backed. Thank you. It doesn't matter if you haven't backed. But thank you if you've shared it or just helped with, because that's always free. If you've helped with sharing it or interacting with it, all that helps. And as always, coming into the chat here really helps. Just in general, it helps my motivation, knowing that people do want to listen to me rambling. And it also, everything helps the algorithms. Before I forget, I need to show you, half get up, my t-shirt. That way. So I've been wearing that around Partizan today. I'm intrigued. I may add the t-shirts as an add-on. I'm gonna have a look at. I don't have a current t-shirt supplier. These people are great, but I can't get them low enough that I can actually get them for resale. I can just because they end up quite expensive. Well, not expensive, but it's fine if I get one, but I'd have to charge you loads for them. So looks cool though, doesn't it? And I've got, you can see. It's got a pig on the back as well. I may have got a new print contact for my my packaging and stuff today as well, because you network at these things. So what have we got? Yes, Daniel painted Patty. It looks very good. It's my favourite one that I've seen that you paint so far as well. The bases are very good. So yeah. So Partizan is a trade show. It's on twice a year. It's at Newark Showground, which is only about 40 minutes away from me. And I really wanted to start trading there again. See all this money I'm missing out on. But what I do like, so I cut down shows a lot because it was messing with mental health and physical health. And it was just a big logistical stress as well. So I only do the 2 mega big shows and ZUCC, which I still class as a big show. The rest I sometimes pop along to. Partizan's good because it's near, so there's usually someone I can get in the car with. And the last couple I've worked on the Fenris Games stand, and before that I was half working on the Great Escape Games stand because I get bored. I'm one of those people that if I'm stood next to something long enough, I'll just start working there, which I did a lot of today. But yeah, so I've been helping them out. So like Great Escape Games stock my things, so they've been taking them to the shows. So because Partizan's just down the road, I'm able to go sort of hang about their stand, help people get help them sell more, and then they'll buy more off me. So it still helps. I obviously don't get as much money as if I was to have a stand, but I also get to just be dropped off like I have now, and I can just carry on. I don't have to then stock back in all the things, carry all the racks. I kind of have rack regret because mine are quite tall, so they're very hard to transport unless you've got a very tall van, which is a bit annoying. We have no tea or coffee or hot chocolate tonight. It is pure Stockwell's. With Andy coming down, so I'm showing off the Stockwell's, a household favourite. Stockwell's squash in the old Stormtrooper glass. Because I've been chatting all day and I'm very dehydrated. So it is Stockwell's. No warm drink today. I've been drinking the horrible coffee from the trade show, but it's still coffee, so it counts. So, what have I done? Yay, Tim's here. Woohoo! Kickstarter went ace. Woo! So Partizan, I've been at. You did get a bit of a break from my endless spamming because I Thursday was doing a favour for Great Escape Games, which is the video that you'll see. You'll see the video on this channel, and you'd be like, "Why is there a random interview with Great Escape Games?" Because I did it as a favour. Getting a rep now. I'm going to be an interviewer. I'll be like Parkinson. Like, so I've done one of them before on the Hungarian Kickstarter, and I'm trying to help them out because they need a big target for their Kickstarter. So I said I'll do some quick fire questions rather than anything a bit like longer and boring. So after this, now that I've got your money, you may now go and look at the Great Escape Games Kickstarter, which is going to be, I won't go too much about it, don't worry. But it's A Dead Man's Hand, the Redux, and it's plastic. It's all in plastic, and they've got plastic buildings, and they were showing them off today. Got a load of flyers that I said I'd put in orders as well. Woo-hoo! That scarf. Woo! Oh yeah, there's plastic scenery. Look at that. Oof, oof. So that's awesome. And yeah, they so the video on there now that is uploaded, where I just was chatting to Stu for about 13 minutes about that. So I wasn't around much Friday because I was doing that, and my pay. So you know when it's that like, this is a paid promotion. The pay was, can you give me a lift to the garden centre? So the deal was that in return I would be taken to the garden centre because I wanted another big pot, like these large terracotta pots, but I can't fit them on the tram. So if there's anyone around with a vehicle, so went and rushed into the garden centre, got a big pot. So then Saturday I was helping Fenris Games get set up for Partizan. So I wasn't officially I wasn't trading there, so I was just kind of on helper mode. But I quite like doing helper mode. And Ian ran into a few issues and didn't get a van for the show, so we had to do sort of driving back and forth to his with his car. But we did it. We did it. Ian could have been very stressed, but very well done. Very well done to Ian, because I think I would have just cried. He managed to hold it together. And we did it, and he had a very good show. He posted on Twitter just now that he's done the best that he's ever done at Partizan. So that is ace. And I heard that from a few traders as well, so I think they had a really good time. So I was doing all that helping getting set up. And then I stayed at Fenris Towers on Saturday, so I could come in this morning and finish the setup. Originally, I put a tweet up that said, and then I said, we'll just chill after setup because we can get back and maybe we can watch a film or something. Well, I've got all the things set up. Yeah, it was. I got back and I think I was about 2 hours on his kitchen table typing Kickstarter updates, sharing around. I was like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. And he was, and then at about 9, I think I was still then typing things, and he was still packing blister packs. It was like, oh, good hangout. So we watched. Once we got a chunk of stuff done, we watched The Descent. The Descent, one of my favourite but most terrifying films. Obviously, it's a film about ghouls. A spoiler. Caving. They go caving, and there's ghouls. That's that's not really a spoiler. And it terrifies me, that film. As much as I love ghouls, I also find them terrifying. I find humanoid creatures very terrifying, which is very odd for somebody that is a ghoul aficionado. But we both fell asleep pretty much periodically through that. Woohoo! But yeah, it got me more ghoul hyped as well, which was good. I have seen Dog Soldiers, that is also amazing. And then I've also seen the weird one that same director did, where it was like, what was it, like Mad Max meets every other film and mixed into a weird film. That was entertaining. Yeah, I was intrigued by Descent 2. I did have a look at it last night. I've never actually seen it. With having survived the confetti cannons, Kickstarter has helped itself. Oh yes, took all your money now. Yes. yes. I forget it takes the money straight away, and then it like holds it, clearly not to gain interest on all that money, and then I get it. Oh, behind the scenes clips. Oh yeah, they're called crawlers, but they're ghouls, aren't they? They're absolutely ghouls. Yeah, and films where you can't quite see bits and you see the little glimpse. That's where I absolutely, when you see monsters, and like a bit later on in the film, you see a load of the monsters. I'm not so fussed, but when there's just that little like the scene in Signs where you see the leg, oh, on the video when he goes in the cupboard and he's watching the video and you see that clip from the party. Oh no, 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 no. I am a weakling with those sort of things. So yeah, I hadn't really had a chance with all that helping two other companies get ready for Partizan, because I was making the video on the way, getting it all uploaded and stuff on YouTube whilst I was in the van with Great Escape Games to go do the Partizan setup. So it's been a bit of a mission. And then I thought, oh, I haven't updated the Kickstarter in a while. Oops. So yeah, a couple hours last night doing that. Before I went into full spam mode again today. So we cross some things. Let's cross some things off the list. Oh, Andy. Oh! Can I show that off on the stream? Secret. You have to wait. Or you weren't looking at it right now, were you? Got a secret thing from Andy there. What are crawlers if not copyrightable ghouls? Exactly. So let me cross off Descent, Partizan Prep, Kickstarter. Woo! Oh, show casts. I've got some casts of Kickstarter things as well. Interview with Great Escape Games. I did that. Head transplants on there. Ooh. So yeah, it's been very full on, which is why I think I might have tomorrow off. So today I didn't do as much helping on the Fenris games as I was going to, because I've been running around Googling as well as updating things from my phone as well, which look like I'm a very antisocial because I'm there going. One guy walked past and said, "What are you doing on your phone? Are you playing Hot or Not?" Updating my Kickstarter. So I got some things. I've also got a few things to show. I like doing show and tell. So what have I got to show or tell? I've been post some photos around. It's not in its full assembled glory, I'm afraid, but cool or fool. So I'll put things in the box. So I did tweet a little tease about this, and so I built this. I've been building this in the week. So this is the basis of it, right? Oh, we can see the reflection. Endless me's. Oh no. So it's a little tiny display cabinet. Oh, look, you can see around. Oh, you can see my light system attached to a trolley. There we go. So it's just a little cabinet. It's just one of those sort of. It was almost certainly drop shipped, but I have no patience for buying things that might arrive in 3 months. So I probably paid more than I needed to. I also, for some reason, thought that I don't know why my brain decided that the front was the opening and not the back, but it's quite sweet though, isn't it? So I did annihilate a bit of the John Hodgson book to give it a backdrop because I wanted to make a tiny scene. And then the bottom of it, bottom bit, I painted some texture on, put some bits of flock, put a load of tufts, measured out where the ghouls were going to go. Yes. I can't because of my glasses. But now you'll be looking for that mark on the next one. Also, what fits in it. It's one of those where I thought it should work, but I don't want to promise it in case it doesn't. And then it came with a clear shelf. So I knocked this up. So you can see where I've sort of measured around the ghouls there. And that's the lip. All those long tufts. So that goes inside. Building this. It's 2-tiered. And then in that, let me just close this, it's not swinging around. In that section there, because you've got self-reflection, there we are. Underneath there, I put some little fairy lights, which has blown my mind because it comes with tiny batteries and it's lasted all day. Little fairy lights there, and the Javis clump so it just twinkles through. And then I attached those lights there. They're USB chargy ones. We're all a bit knackered now, but they did me good today. They did good. And then obviously Ghoul's there. So there are some pictures online. And I'm really chuffed with that. I thought that was really, loads of people were just like, oh, look at my little display. So I don't mind if you back the Kickstarter or not. I just want you to see my little display. So I love that, and having that backdrop just made it something really nice. And it meant that anyone that photographed it today as well took really nice photos of it because it's all set up ready for you to do. So I was really chuffed with that. I was going to attach all the Ghouls to it, and I didn't in the end. So I'm glad, because I was originally going to just walk about with it and be like, hello, hello. So I was chuffed with that. Let me just pop that back there. Yes, check the other social medias for some photos. So the Javis clump, right, which I get from Great Escape Games. It comes in different shades, but I've sort of clumped it all together in this. Oh, you'll see it because I'm holding it. You can see a reflection of Andy. There he is. He's going by. He's going by. Woo! It's reflecting. I can see you. Yeah, Andrea says, I almost suggest fiddling, perfecting it a bit, and always bringing it along for the newest and hottest stuff. Yeah, I think, because I thought, I want to do that with all my cabinets, but it'll just be an entire mission. But that can fit on top of a cabinet and, yeah, show off all the new stuff. I think that's a really good idea. Because I was just going to use it for today, but now it's actually really nice. So I would like to use that again after like rub the marks off it where I've just squished my face. So yeah, this is one of the mouse food tubs. You can see all the different tones, so it just looks a bit better mixing tones together. So when I grab it, I was just grabbing the clumps and putting it. So I was really happy with that. Making those little display base things for the exhibition got me in a bit of a like, oh, I can like make little scenes myself. So that was that to show. What else did I get? So I've got all the paint. So all the painted Ghouls were in them, obviously, not just that as is. So lots of people at the show today got to see the painted Ghouls. And I had my flyers. So they gave out a flyer to everybody who came to Partizan, which was amazing. So thank you, Partizan. So I had these made especially for today. Because when I realised I'd be at a show, I thought, let's get some flyers made. So this is what everybody got. They got this. And I'm like, I did my first QR code. So I thought that's basic enough that it'll catch your eye, and if you're interested, you'll have a little peek to like it. Oh yeah, it's reversed, obviously. And yeah, I got these made for Partizan, and then you can use that as a little poster. And I've got loads left, so if you want any, just to use like that side as a little poster, just let me know, and I'll just pop you it because I've got a little chunk left. That's it. It's not reversed. What? I see the reversed version. What is this mayhem? What is this wizardry? So, oh, yeah. Cool Ghoul or Love Fool, Cardigans crossover. Oh, that's stuck in my head. I've had all day. My brain's been going. She's a ghoul operator. Just that on loop. She's a ghoul operator. What else happened today? Oh yeah, of a hall. Oh yeah, these lights. Check out these. So I didn't even know this sort of thing existed. So I always have loads of lights when I have a stand, and it's good. I like to know that you can actually see them the right way around. All this time, I thought you saw everything in reversed. But I have lots of lights on the stand, and one of the pains is that there's always just battery packs everywhere, and you have these lovely little things, and then there's battery packs. Look at these. This is the one that's been on all day, still jiving. That is the battery pack. It's two those watch batteries, those like large ones. So this is what was behind the hedges, going like this. And the fact it's been on all day and is still on, I'm excited by its potential. So I got 4 of them, right? And now I'm thinking that, oh God, I'm going to do this for the rest of the show, actually. There we are. Anyone that joins late just won't explain it to them. So you can do stuff like this. Let's get that on there. Let's get it on. And then this could just tuck somewhere. A special tuck zone for it. Look at that! Look at that! All day. I can just be going around like lit up. I'd obviously do it better. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that to the premiere next week. How cool is that? Oh, why didn't I do that earlier? I got loads of them. Oh, I love that. That's lovely. Look at that. Fancy, yeah. Look, she must be important. She's glowing. So, what else? I've got those. I've got all the ghouls. I purchased a couple of things. She's a ghoul operator. From my favourite stand, The Last Valley. So all these little trees and things that you see me with in those photos, like the photos of the ghouls, believe it or not. He does all these trees and walls. So this is the one. I've got pretty much everything he makes. So that. So I bought this today. This was £20. £20, just as is, like that. The guy is a machine. He just churns them out. He must have like a big long bench, and he's just like walls, walls, walls. And he's lovely. He doesn't have a website, but he is The Last Valley on Facebook. I think he does custom orders and things. But all that like, waterfall and all that's from him. He sells out of stuff by about 10:30, right? And I normally get it before it's opened. I run over to a stand before it's open to the public, and I forgot, and it was about 10 minutes into the show. So I go, oh, gotta go to Last Valley. So I ran down there, and it was like a scrum. It was like, my trees. And everyone's like, gotta get the trees. So I managed to get that. Had to decide really quickly before someone took it. So yeah, I got that. It's cool. You can imagine. I'm thinking like the Time for Beer Shield Maiden would look good there, wouldn't she? And I could even put some of my little wart bits there. So I like it. It's cool. So I got that. He's not at Selwig. I thought he was at every show ever. And I also got these two tiny trees for £2.50 each. What I tend to do with the little ones is I actually turn them when I'm making photographs. If I want to blank an area out that the background just to sort of pad it so that it'll be out of focus, so you can't see any wires or something like that. I just do that. Just pop them like that. But I can also. So I'm happy with that. I didn't buy a book. That's the first time I've not bought a book. I actually bought a chunk of stuff off Great Escape Games. Where did I put that? This bag. Oh, I hurt my back in the week somehow as well. I don't know if I did too much gardening or something. But I've had a bad back. So I've just been leaning, going. Oh no, Daniel, don't freak out. If you do need to go though, I will not hold it against you. Let's get these out. Let's get these out of the packet. So I sold these for a little bit, but they were a bit weird to stock, so I stopped. But on hindsight, I then thought I'd actually quite like some of these myself. So then the base is by Gamers Grass, so I don't stock them anymore. I just stock the tufts. But they do the pre-made bases. And the big ones, I was thinking, I'll put it away now a bit. You know, with the Hodgson backdrops, we were saying like you have a slab and then the backdrop. I thought these are big enough, so they come like that. I thought they're big enough, and I can just put a mini on that, and that's a wicked picture. So I'm going to use these for my photos rather than for the minis. I'm just going to use them as is. So I've got this alien one. Let the bases cure all. I'm going to maybe put some tufts. It's got some pink tufts on it there. So I got that one. And this I want to put my Soviets on. Getting off the packet. Oh, see, I do tell people it's a lovely chat, and I'm not making it up. It is a lovely chat. It's a nice little community going on there, isn't it? I like it. So I've got this one that I'm going to put my Winter Soviets, because I don't really have much in the way of snow. That reminds me, I've got this as well. A snow micro balloons, but I'm pretty sure it's just cornstarch. I don't know. I don't know. I was looking at it a bit suspiciously. But I'm going to see for some of my pictures, because it's hard for me to do snow things at the moment with what I've got. So I've got that. And it's all stuff you can make, but it's that joy of just being able to get it, and then it's just one less step, isn't it? So a big sort of snowy tundra. So these are the big ones. You get like 25 mil and stuff. These are for like your giants or whatever. Oh, you should sculpt a mush dude. Sculpt a mush dude, that'd be ace. Though you don't have to. You should try and get hold of one of these, because that'll just cure anything. I'm so chuffed with that. How cool is that? I think it's possibly impossible to be sad with lights in your hair. I'd hope so, because that would solve a lot of my problems if I just had lights in my hair. And I also got this ruin. Got this ruin there as well. So I got those three from Great Escape Games. And I thought, yeah, they'll be very handy. I didn't get brushes. I normally get brushes from them. So they were my purchases. Actually, at risk in case Daniel goes, I'll show you the cool thing now. There's a few cool things, but this is the really cool thing. So if you do end up having to go, it means you won't miss this. I'm going to give you a minute to guess exactly what it is. Are you ready? This is for anyone to guess. This was gifted to me. Here you go, you can look at the end. This was gifted to me, and I showed it to lots of people today, and they gave me a weird look. And then a few people went, "No way, is that?" And I went, "It is." And then we were like, "Yeah." And then we all went, "Oh, it was sad." It is a shell. It is a shell. It's what we use for Dave's eye drops. Yeah, Guinea Pig Dave has his daily eye drops. We're gonna have to start using these and just funnel it through. When you got a minute, what is it? What's it from? It's not how it works. I was calling it the Pledge Manager earlier. I was going out, beat the Pledge Manager. As I am very respectful of antique things. Yes! I'd say Evil Ginger and Tim, that was the same time there. It is a shell from a Bofors. And thank you, Mike, who gave it to me. He said he saw it at an auction and thought of me. And I like that both as many people think of me. And he wasn't sure if I'd like it or not. What does that? And it's the best thing ever. And I showed lots of people, including someone's child. I went, "Look, here's the model, right? And here's the real thing." And I now have extra respect for that, because it's obviously heavy. But you can imagine how heavier it was, and in those big packs of them. So those ladies I've got that are loading the Bofors, like, whoa, doing that all day, because you're not just going to do 1 mile, are you? You're just going to be like, go, go, go. If Dunham gets invaded, we can lob it at enemy aircraft. Sure can. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll put something nice in it. Not a hamster. What have we got? Hey, Daniel's played it. So hopefully the shell has helped. Shells, hairlights, you get everything in this show. So hell yeah, that's really cool, isn't it? I'm chuffed with that. It's a nice gift. I like that. Get a girl, shells. Other cool things. I will get. Here's one other cool thing. This is unrelated. This is what Andy just walked past with when I went, "Oh, he won this at a tournament." Woo! And we like the Walking Dead game from Mantic. This is their dice game. I'm not normally a fan of dice games, but we're going to give it a go. And it might, because it's the same license. It's obviously Mantic again. It's probably going to get me back in the mood for playing more of the bigger games. So I haven't had a look for it. You get that. Ooh. So it's good that Andy goes away and wins stuff at tournaments for us, for the household. Belongs to the household now. So yeah, so we got that. Walking Dead dice game. No idea if it's any good, but we'll find out. Yeah, it's just the cartridge. You can't do much with it, but you could probably launch mice through it and like put the mice in it, and just, you can't blow it, can you? So it's not like you can go. But yeah, or you just hit people with it. I think it's still quite effective at that. What other bits have I got? I'm gonna take a drink, see what other cool things I got. So I've shown my haul. I got to chat to people today that I haven't had a proper chat with in a while, which was really nice, and that's made me feel good. So Gripping Beast are actually some of my favourite people, and I got to sat myself down on their stand and pretended to work there, and chatted to them for quite a bit today. And they're lovely. And if you've not heard of them, go check them out. They are ace. But yeah, a few people that I just not really had a proper chat with because I'm always running around. So that was really nice. So yeah. I'm so thirsty. So, done that. Showing you the cabinet. She's a ghoul operator. Head transplants. Where did I put those? I put them in. Oh, I got some stuff from Fenris as well. Forgot. I realised I actually didn't pay for it either. I just took it. So I got in 2 bits. What have I got there? I got the victim that I've just posted on Twitter with the painted one because I saw that and went, he's got to be afraid of ghouls. So I stole from Fenris. I stole this miniature. Surprised he's not here actually. He might have just passed out. She's a ghoul operator. So this is called Victim, and he's just from Fenris, and it's just a guy going, ah! It's from like the gang stuff. It's from his old caster. That is got a bit of flash there. Bloody hell, I haven't seen flash in a while. There we are. Just pulls off. Don't worry. His face is ace. He's like, so yeah, I put some photos of him with the ghouls, and I said it was like someone I was harassing to back my Kickstarter. He's like, I've backed it, please. So that was funny. So I've got a little victim man there. I also got a ghoul off him. I can't remember. Oh, they've got it there. Right. I've got quite a few bags on the go today. All sorts of bags. Is it there? Right, that's a charger. It's in this one. Somewhere amongst all this. Hey! I've got some casts. All sorts of that. Yeah, I'd hate if there was any puns in the comments. It'd be awful. But luckily, none of you are pun-like. So, you can't quite see again because of my camera. But I've got... These are the classic adventurers. The casters did me a favour and they casted them immediately. They put them straight into the master mold, so they're very quick master casts. What's she got there? She's got a feed there. I thought that was a scabbard. Been showing up with a feed the whole time. Don't normally get them. They chop them off because it's a very quick one so that I can show people. So I'm showing them those today. This one especially is nice and chunky. I really like her. So they're ace. I've got that. They're now getting that guy. He's like, no, oh no, ladies, don't stab me. That's cool. That's a good little diorama. I might have to take a photo of that for you, so you can see what I'm doing down here, playing with the figures. I've got Chopper, who was one of the stretch goals, already done. The reason I really wanted to unlock the skeleton is because I've already had it mastercast. So this is Dawn. Dawn there, it's coming out. Dawn the early riser. And then nothing to do with this. Hey! It's Julie Daubigny. You can't see her because I don't have autofocus. But she's had her head transplant, she's been mastercast, and she's ready to go. I was going to say she's single and ready to mingle. So, was she single? I think she was at the end. She's definitely ready to mingle though. So there she is, and I prefer it so much now. I think it was good before, but now it is superb, which is ace, and I'm really excited. I still haven't told John that he's going to have to paint another one. I'll just take a photo of this little diorama I've made for you here, because then I can possibly show you on my camera. Yeah, I definitely need to paint this victim guy and then just pose him with all of my models. It fits in with the theme of the ghoul. You get to see a bit of my notes there as well. Oh, what's going on there? Hang on. There are no rules in love and war. Oh, she's a ghoul operator. No, I don't want smart view. There we go. So it goes one of Larry, but this is what I was just laughing at myself. He's like, oh no, don't do that. So yeah, I can't wait to see. Talking of which, I can't wait to see the Ghoul matriarch painted up because she is such a good model. She hasn't been cast yet. I think she's in the queue. She's going to be in resin. Part of me is tempted to do her in resin and metal, which I'm going to talk once. She's going to go in resin first. I may put her in resin and metal, which isn't something I do very often. But I know there's a lot of old Hammer fans that won't want her in resin. And normally I go, well, you'll just have to have it. But occasionally I think if there's quite a lot in both, then I might let you. So what have I got here? Head transplant was a success. So that is now going to be going into the production mold. So it's held her up a little bit, but it's way better. It's way better. And everyone I spoke to today was like, yes, this is so much better. I've shown the shell off. So now the ghouls. I was supposed to do community minis this week, but I've just been ghouled. So I found a term though to describe what running a Kickstarter is like. So I know this applies to certain brains more than others, but when you've got a phone call at 4 p.m. and I'm sure many of you will definitely already know where I'm going with this. You've got a phone call at 4 p.m. So you can't do anything that day, can you? You can't do anything because you got the phone call at 4 p.m. So that's the day gone. The day's gone because that 4 p.m. It's like you can't start anything because you've got to do the phone call at 4 p.m. Even if you've got 8 hours before then, it's basically in a minute, and you just can't do that. Imagine this. This is how somehow I'm still standing. Running a Kickstarter is that for the entirety of the Kickstarter. So while sometimes I didn't have any specific things I'd have to do on it, I'd be like, right, I've done an update, I've done the graphic editing, I could do something else for a couple hours, like I could do the graphics for the community minis. And it's like, well, I can't because the Kickstarter ends on Sunday somehow. So it's weird because, yeah, it's just entirely focus on that. And especially my brain does focus on one thing at a time. So there are stuff that I was supposed to do this week, but I've just been like, the ghouls. So next week, hopefully Tuesday, and if I get a new printing company, this is actually, the delay is good because I get to use this new printing company. This could be the test. Woo! It's the company I mentioned before that I was all weirdly shy for some reason about going to talk to, but I've decided I am going to talk to them. They're like 2 offices away and do printing. So I'm going to go to them. And they might be able to solve some of my print issues as well. So we will have to wait till... That's okay. Bye, Daniel. Woo, thanks for coming along. I'm glad you liked the shell. I'll just wave goodbye with the shell. Good night. Good night. Thank you very much for coming along, and I hope you feel a bit better. The show. What's that? Community minis. So I'll be doing that. So now my brain can have a little bit of a rest with the ghouls while it's doing its, 2 weeks before it gives me the dough. Oh yes, it'll be in the same month. Yes. So yeah, sometimes when I'm predatory, going, oh, it's payday, time to do a newsletter. I'm going, oh, it's payday, because I'm thinking, I don't get a payday. There's so much, and my bills are coming out, so I will take that. So yeah, next week is community minis. So they are a little bit delayed, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. What have we got? Community minis. Oh, if you've not gone yet, when you feel better later, you need to come back to this end bit because I think you'll really appreciate this. This will also help. You might have gone by now, but so yeah, community minis is on track. Don't worry, it's not. It's on track to be a little bit late because I had to, but I think it's okay. You've waited ages anyway, so you wait a little bit more, especially for a decent Julie. And if this new print that works out, that'll help a lot with getting the cards together and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the focus for next week, is to meet the printer, talk to the printers, be a big grown up and talk to them, get those designed graphically and ordered, and then start doing more of the designs for the next batch of community minis. That's what, because I want to get that caught up. I did say after Kickstarter, which is now, we're going to be doing quite a strong historical focus, because I did dally quite a bit. I dallied with the ghouls, I dallied with the vampires, but I've got to dally with the war again now. I must return to war. I want to do some big projects with Alan, some the French and the Germans, which I think will be good. I've gone on. It's been a good one. It's been a good evening, I think. It's been a good show. Got lots to talk about. And this has been a highlight. Yes, Russians as well, don't worry. I'm tempted to do a mini project of like a bit of all or something. I don't know, because I kind of want to do it all, but I just don't want a back-to-back Kickstarter. That's the thing. So I might just do Russians. Because I've got the dolls, so I could just get a few more done, just on a whim, just to be wild. Because I have got behind with some of the things that I know I said I was definitely doing this year. But it's how it works, and it's resources, all that. I will be going very shortly. What are you doing, pigs? Dave's prowling around. Who's squeeping? Karen? Oh, so Karen, so you know that Karen Pig has not been very well, and I had to say, I think it was last week, that she's almost pretty much in palliative care now. And I really didn't think she was going to have more than like a week or something left, because she was losing loads of weight, and it was really rubbish. And she did cost me £1 million at the vets. £1 million just for scans, which has led me to the very sad realization that I'm no longer going to get any more pets. So once these pigs have lived out their lives, I'm not going to be petless for a while, which means pigless for a while, because I can't afford the vets, which is rubbish. It is rubbish. And I will be very sad. But I thought Karen's not got long left. They've given her some drugs, and they said just basically bring her back when she's not good. But she's been putting weight on. She's been putting a little bit of weight on, and the fact she was just doing some squeeping there and arguing with Dave, she's got a bit of pizzazz in her. So she's not as bad. I don't think she's got long in the scheme of things left, because I don't think you can cure what's going on in her bladder, because they couldn't. So she's got a mass and can't operate it. But it means that she could be quite chirpy for a little bit at least, which would be really nice, because that was ace. So it's like, they don't normally get a bit better. They normally just go. And she might still have a couple of weeks or whatever, but she's doing well at the moment, and I'm really happy about that. So I'm like, yeah, go Karen. The finale. Dave. So you've stuck out this long. Dave has been typing, hasn't he? So if you're a regular here, you know that Dave types every time I go online. Dave will start typing, and you can hear him. He hasn't done it in a little while, but you hear him. He goes, and we say Dave's typing his memoirs, but he's not. He's actually been applying for a job. And I found the email. He used my phone to send an email. So let me see. Oh, and he's coming downstairs. I'm just reading out that email that Dave sent. Yeah. Here we are. It says, hello, upon seeing the advertisement for a job vacancy, I have persuaded a human to type for me, as I'm afraid they do not make keyboards in my size. So he's been doing a little Dave typing, but he had to get someone else to type. Do not let this dissuade you, though, as I have the skills to compensate. I work well alone and can sit in the same spot for many hours, but can also organise a team firmly and efficiently, displaying my strong teeth to project dominance. Impressively, switching from this sternness to a customer-facing role is a breeze, where I can charm them with smooth rumbles and a soft, approachable demeanour. What is important to note, however, is that I suffer from dry eyes, and I must have drops applied throughout the working day. But I have it on good authority that a Ronnie Renton would be happy to do this, and it would be worth for what I could bring to Mantic Games. I look forward to hearing back and discovering where I could be slotted into this fine framework. Attached is a photo of myself for your admiration. Many thanks, Dave. And he attached this photograph. So that has been emailed. Hang on, let me just show you there. There is the proof. Oh, there is the proof. Yeah, I did put a cover note with it from me. Dave applied to Mantic Games on the 4th of October. He's not received anything back yet, but I assume this is because he's getting automatically hired and they're trying to figure out what job, where he's going to fit in, because they go, we need this guy, but we don't know where. So I hope he gets an interview. I think Dave would be very good at being several people's boss at Mantic Games. It is the best. Hey, Ratty, it's the best photo of Dave. Look at that. You need that guy on your team. So if Dave gets a job at Mantic, he can actually be pulling in a wage, which means that we can help out. So I think it's down to Mantic now whether they give him a job or not. But how could you not look at him? So, he's done that like Miss Piggy pose where she goes. So yeah, Dave did procrastinate earlier in the week. Instead of doing actual work, he emailed Mantic and applied. But I hope they do reply. I thought they might have replied by now, or at least maybe they'll just block me. They might just block my email or put never email us. They'll never email us ever again. But anyway, that entertained me anyway. So hopefully it has entertained you. I will update you if there is any news on Dave getting himself a job. If not, he might start applying to other places. See if somebody replies. Anyway, it's been nearly an hour. I am absolutely dead, although wired, as you can tell. Dave, the new CEO of Mantic. I think Ronnie would be fine doing Dave's eye drops twice a day. I think that would be fine. And again, to get someone like Dave on your team. I am feeling quite betrayed that he would go to another company like that. But then it's bringing the money in, isn't it? It's bringing the money in. It's like when Andy worked at Warlord. Remember that? Oh, he's gone back up there. No, he's in there. He's in there. Where is he? He is there. It's like when Andy worked at Warlord.
Exactly like that.
Exactly. Because Warlord were paying Andy, and then Andy was paying me rent. So it was like Warlord were paying me rent. So if Dave gets a job at Mantic, they'll pay me rent. That'd be ace, wouldn't it? I could just get, yeah. You're going to have to get another industry job, I think. You might have to go work at Games Workshop so that they pay me rent. So yes, thank you all for coming along. Thank you so much for backing the Kickstarter and tolerating my spam, because I know I feel annoyed just posting it when you go that you're scrolling along and like she's still going on about ghouls. So thank you for your patience with that, because I know that it was quite overwhelming at points where I was going ghouls. And yeah, I'm gonna go play The Witcher after I've sorted my little pigs out. And chill out for a bit. So enjoy your chilling, and thank you again. You've all been ace, and I will see you in the week doing all sorts, no doubt. Bye.